everyone. Thank you all for coming in this chilly January air, but I guess everybody's saying it's not as bad as yesterday. Thank you. What a special commemorative day we have today. I want to thank you all for coming out, and this is really a celebration about this Veterans Memorial Bridge. Many times it's called the Pomfret Bridge, it's the Route 44 Bridge, but we all know it as the War Memorial Veterans Bridge number 992. So today it's really all about celebrating our veterans, as this bridge celebrated back in 1925 when it was built. At this time, I would like to welcome you all, or actually the mayor would like to welcome you all, Mayor Tony Falzerano.
Thank you, Delpha. Welcome to the second opening of the Trunk Road Bridge. Many of you don't know what a Trunk Road Bridge is. I had to look it up myself. Back in the day, a Trunk Road Bridge was a connecting point between two cities, very similar to the interstate today. Prior to Armistice Day in 1925, Governor John Trumbull dedicated the bridge. The mayor of Putnam at that time was a fellow by the name of Victor Chapdelaine. Some of you old-timers probably know him. Had him over for coffee. Mayor Chapdelaine organized the good citizens of Putnam, and together they raised over $11,000 in 1925. Think about that today. And it was a stylish and lasting memorial to the veterans of World War I and these beautiful bronze plaques. The enormous hearts shown by the people of Putnam in 1925, some 90 plus years ago, gave us a spirit that still shines today. We are proud and good citizens, and we showed our appreciation, and hopefully the future generations of Putnam, the younger generation, will carry on tradition that's been going on in Putnam for well over 100 years. This bridge, I know everybody was aggravated for 6 months. It was closed, and no one knows really the reason why they closed it. This thing has withstood the hurricane of 38, 39, the flood of 55, and it seemed to be okay. But the state said, close it, we closed it, now it's open and we all forgot about it. It's like a broken leg. Like your town administrator, Doug Cutler, can't be here because he's in a cast. After 6 weeks, he'll be fine. You forget all about it. But thank you for overcoming and braving this cold. And there's a blessing today with the sun and not as much wind. And let the ceremonies continue. Thank you for all coming.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and you kept it on time. Now, Mr. Ron Kader, who has always represented our veterans here in Putnam, he kind of lives and breathes our celebrated people today. So Ron, would you please present colors?
Thank you, Delpha. Before we present the colors, since this is Veterans Memorial Bridge, we were asked to get a representative from each branch of the service to be here to represent the military this morning. I would like to introduce those individuals prior to the colors. From World War II, United States Army veteran Vic Lippiello. Also World War II veteran from the United States Navy, Willie Zamagni. From Desert Storm, representing the United States Marine Corps, Mike Vassar. From the Vietnam era, representing the United States Air Force, Mike Kader. From Iraq era, representing the Coast Guard, John Turner. And from World War II, representing the Merchant Marines, Peter Tramer. And ladies and gentlemen, before we present the colors, we are going to have a brief pause after the colors are presented and prior to the national anthem. But after the national anthem is sung, there will be a rifle volley. I just want you to be aware of that. So at this time, the combined color guards of American Legion Post 13 and VFW Post 1523, both of Putnam. Gentlemen, present the colors.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. On the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Legion riflemen, port, half right, hey! Hey! Fire! Hey! Fire! Hey! Fire! Left! Hey!
Thank you very much. In your program today, you'll see that Don Williams was going to be one of our speakers. He texted this morning, and unfortunately, he is unable to be here. But today would not be present without Don's help. At the time, Senate Pro Tem Don Williams, pretty much this was a stalled project to have this bridge refaced and rehabbed to today's conditions. As the mayor said, we do all know that this was one of the only infrastructures that withstood the flood of 1955. So Senator Pro Tem Williams at the time stepped up and got this project going. So I'd like to thank him personally, along with the Connecticut DOT, for making this possible. He has clearly supported Putnam in so many of its endeavors, and we'd like to personally thank him today. And at this time, we would also like to recognize the project and all of the people that helped to make it happen. We would be remiss without Representative Danny Rivero. He has always stepped up in Putnam, being our mayor for so many years, has brought many projects to this town, and we'd like to thank him personally. Also, Sean Clark of Northern Construction, who was the project manager. I know there are a lot of people at the very beginning of this project. We weren't sure that it would actually get done on time. It was done on time, perfect condition, worked well with the town, and we'd like to thank Northern Construction for a job well done. Also, Joel Dillis from the Connecticut DOT. Is Joel here today? He was going to try and make it. But the Connecticut DOT, working along with both the town, Jerry Beausoleil, our mayor, and all the project engineers that were part of this project, we'd like to thank them personally. Also, the Putnam Police Department, who kept us safe. We're all talking about the traffic still. As I look back this morning, there was a tractor trailer still trying to make it around that corner, closing it down for an hour. So thank you very much to the Putnam Police, Lee Kanicki, Rick Hayes, for getting the guys out here, keeping us safe, and keeping traffic under control as much as it could be. Also, WINY, Gary and Kieran O, for helping set up today, for getting us through this project, for being the eyes, the ears, and especially the voice of a project that affected everybody in this town. Everything from traffic to keeping us connected to what was going on. Thank you very much for your continued support for this. Also, Ron Kader, you are kind of the voice of our veterans in this town. You bring our servicemen and women up front and center where they should be. Thank you very much, Ron, for your continued service. And most importantly, our branches of service. Thank you to all of the men and women. Our Army was founded in 1775. Our Navy was founded also in 1775. Our Marine Corps in 1778, which is the amphibious part of the Navy. Our Coast Guard in 1967 under the Connecticut DOT, which was moved to Homeland Security in 2002. And also our Air Force, which was founded in 1947. My husband, Dan, a Vietnam veteran, was actually in the Air Force, and he was born in 1947, so kind of commemorative. And at this time, I would like the mayor and any members of the Board of Selectmen, I think they're all here this morning, if we could walk down to the bridge, arc area for the ceremonial christening or rechristening of the bridge. Remember, Tony, hit hard.
Alright, this stuff's gonna splatter all over the joint. Here we go.
Ready, go! No!
Alright! There you go.
You broke the bridge.
Broke the bridge. Nothing in the bridge. Okay, thank you, thank you.
If tomorrow all things were gone that you'd worked for all your life, and you had to start again with just your children and your wife, and thank your lucky stars you'd be living here today, 'cause this flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget all those who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, standing on a bridge in Putnam, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit on down to Houston, and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, and I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget all those who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. All of you who gave that right to me, and I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
I think we wouldn't have a celebration if it wasn't for Linda Colangelo, who is always the voice of Putnam. She has always stood behind our veterans. If you go to any veterans commemoration on Veterans Day, no matter what the town, I've seen her in Putnam, I've seen her in Woodstock, I've seen her in almost every town in Northeast Connecticut. Our veterans hold a very special place in our heart, and she holds a very special place in all of ours. Thank you.
Gentlemen, retire the colors.
Color guard, hand, huh? Right shoulder, huh? Right, hey! And a half step, left, hey! Left, 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 right on left. Left, 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 right on left. Left, 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 right on left.
At this time, I'd like to thank you all very much for coming. Sheila and James Frost from the Courthouse Restaurant has graciously invited everyone in attendance to the Courthouse Restaurant for coffee to warm you all up and pastries, so please try and to attend. And also for the next couple of minutes, if everybody could gather in the center of the bridge, we would like a historical commemorative photo op for our archive. So especially if all the veterans could stand and any photo op from our news media who is here today, we would welcome that. Thank you very much.